What a weekend of racing at San Diego at Naval Base Coronado for all three series. Had some red flags for all of them, had some track repairs, some crazy accidents, taken out favorites. Never know what's going to happen in any of the three series there this weekend. I'm here to talk about it all. I'm Jake the Great. Your Craftsman truck race was the Navy 250, even though they didn't go 250 miles. The race went 53 laps with some overtime. Lane Riggs was your winner for this event in the front row 34. This race ran for just under 3 hours at 2 hours and 48 minutes. To the rear on the start of this truck race, the 77 of Justin Marks, the 15 of Tanner Gray, the 91 of Christian Eckes. There were 8 other drivers that made repairs that had to go to the back of the field for this truck race. Jimmy Johnson makes his second career truck start since 2008. He starts 4th for this event. The 11 of Caden Honeycutt is on the pole for this event. We get this race going. Honeycutt gets out the lead in the 11 truck. He eventually loses it to Lane Riggs, who goes on to win Stage 1. Stage 1 ran pretty clean except for a synchronized spin between the 76 of Nicholson and the 26 truck. Stage 2 begins. Honeycutt gets out with over a 1-second lead on the field. Parker Kligerman in the 75 spins the 7 of Connor Mosack just to bump. The 99 of Rhodes gets some damage from hitting Connor Mosack during that spin. Jimmy Johnson in second place in this truck race starts running down Honeycutt in the 11, ultimately passing him and starts leading. Jimmy Johnson leading at Coronado. It's awesome to see at a home track for him out in California. Super cool to see 7-time Cup champ out there leading in a truck race. The 77 of Justin Marks in the Spire truck ultimately hits the wall at turn 16. It's been a treacherous turn all weekend for all three series. He hits the wall, goes on, makes it to pit road, but ultimately DNFs in this race. Green flag pit stops we get to during stage 2. The 75 of Parker Kligerman cycles himself to the lead. On the last lap of stage 2, 25 Ram truck of Jamie McMurray slams the pit wall at turn 16, moves the wall, hits super hard. It's unfortunate for him. Was hoping for a good run, was hoping he wouldn't have to ride the bull, if you know about the bet between him and Clint Boyer. Unfortunate for him. He had a good run going, was hoping to see him perform up front in the Ram 25. Parker Kligerman in the 75 does win stage 2. Stuart Friesen goes to the garage with a steering issue on that truck. We get stage 3 started, and Honeycutt's out leading, but Chandler Smith is battling him for the lead. Honeycutt ends up wheel hopping into the tire barrier, getting some damage to his right rear of that truck. We get a commercial break where Frankie Muniz backs his 33 truck into the fence, continues on though, but it does put out a caution flag for debris. During this caution, the 9 truck of Grant Infinger goes behind the wall with an electrical issue. Leaders come down for pit road, and Jamie Little makes a critical error when she sees fuel coming out of the overflow part of the fuel tank. Because, oh my god, there's an issue with the fuel. Michael Waltrip, in all class, just calmly rebuts, I think it's just full of fuel, Jamie. It's sad that a pit reporter has that little knowledge on how the gas filling process goes on a vehicle, but what am I supposed to say? I'm just a guy on YouTube. We get back going to green, lap 36. Jimmy Johnson pulls a dive bomb on the restart, ends up hitting the 2 of Lee and the 12 of Butterbean Queen. And it was pretty comical that he had that error, 7-time champion, but it happens to the best of them, especially on a new road course. Lap 41, we get a caution for Jake Garcia, and the 98 truck stopped on the track. We get back going under green, and the 11 of Honeycutt moves Majeski for 3rd place. The number 2 of Lee ends up spinning out the 15 of Tanner Gray. Then we get a caution for Tyler Ankrum in the 18 truck, hitting turn 16 and moving that pit wall. There's a red flag flown. They pace the field a bit, and we ultimately get the green back going with 2 to go in this race. The front row motorsports trucks of Lane Riggs and Chandler Smith are out front, respectively, in the 34 and the 38 truck, followed by the 11 of Honeycutt, the 88 of Ty Majeski, and the 17 of Gio Ruggiero. We get a caution because, according to Parker Kligerman, Adam Andretti was out there trying to people, but ultimately causes an accident between the 76 of Nicholson, 75 of Kligerman, and the 44 of Perez. We get an overtime restart. We get back going under green, and the 38 truck is taken out by the 11 while they battle for the lead, hitting both walls, taking them into turn 1 very hard. Sucks. We get more overtime, the second overtime restart. Daniel Hemrick is out front, battling off Lane Riggs. Lane Riggs ultimately gets the position on him, but not so fast because Tyler Reef in the 42 is up there battling his best, and he makes a 3-wide pass to get past both of them for the lead over Lane Riggs and Daniel Hemrick. Coming to the last few turns, Tyler Reef is battling hard with Lane Riggs, but he cuts the course and ultimately has to hand the lead over after doing a stop and go. Tyler Reef gives up this lead with the stop and go, and it's very disappointing, but it happens to the best of us. He did the stop and go. He didn't take a further penalty. Top 10 results for this truck race: the 34 of Lane Riggs, followed by the 19 of Daniel Hemrick. The number 62 for Halmar Friesen Racing, Kaz Grala, ends up with a third place finish. He is also the sim driver for Legacy Motorsports. Landon Lewis gets a top 5 in the 45 truck, followed by Ty Majeski in the 88. Collings Racing, number 16, Justin Haley, gets a 7th place finish. Top finishing Ram for this event, followed by his teammate in the 12, Butterbean Queen. Ben Rhodes in the 99, followed by the 91 of Eckes, and the 17 of Gio Ruggiero to round out the top 10. That wraps up the truck event. Let's talk about O'Reilly. The United Reynolds Driven to Serve 250, Austin Hill was your winner. This race ran for 3.5 hours. There was over 1 hour red flag for track cleanup and track repair, moving those walls back. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Brent Cruz was your pole sitter. Day and Jones in the 17 and 20 cars had to go to backups due to accidents. Joining them in the rear was the 32 of Patterson. Jesse Love, who failed pre-race inspection, has to do a pass-through as well as start from the rear. On lap 2, Corey Day has a small access pipe cover pop off. They were all welded down at this naval base, and it popped off. The weld broke due to all the racing there this weekend. Just happened. Went right through the grill and the oil cooler. NASCAR did an excellent job. They brought out a crew to put a new cover on, weld that back down. NASCAR also allowed Under the Red, the 17 car, to come back around, be worked on. That Hendrick crew fixed away, put a new oil cooler and radiator in that car under the red flag. Then when NASCAR put the field back under yellow, Corey Day in the 17 was also allowed to get all of his laps back. He ended up back in the lead lap. I'm glad NASCAR gave him this race, since it was nor the team nor his fault that he ended up in this scenario. We get the race back going at lap 10. Cruz gets out to a comfortable lead. Cruz does pit towards the end of stage 1, giving the stage win to Austin Hill. 13 drivers ultimately stay out, including Austin Hill, to start stage 1. They do not pit at all. During this time, the 32 of Patterson makes a great save. Sammy Smith has some wheel hop and spins himself out. Sammy Smith, while I fell back from wheel hopping earlier, ultimately gets spun around again by Sheldon Creed in the 00. On lap 23, we get a caution for LeVar Scott for Alpha Prime Racing, and the 45 stopped on the track. During this caution, another 10 drivers continued to stay out. That makes the lead Taylor Gray in the 54, the 99 of Parker Retzlaff, and the 96 of Anthony Alfredo. Viking Motorsports, very impressive in this race, starting 2 cars in the top 5, second and third, maintaining a lot of track position, showing a great performance out of those Viking Motorsports cars. Shortly after getting back under green, Justin Allgaier spins from 9th. Just a lap later, the 88 car of Raja Cruz spins himself. The 02 of Ryan Ellis goes to the garage. During the last 2 laps of stage 2, we get a great battle between Parker Retzlaff and Taylor Gray, who had been losing some time to Parker Retzlaff. Parker Retzlaff ultimately does take the lead from him, but Gray battles back and wins stage 2 over the 99. Anthony Alfredo takes 3rd in stage 2, making a great points day for Viking Motorsports overall. Stage 3 starts lap 33. Taylor Gray gets out to a lead, but he's battling with Parker Retzlaff. Retzlaff battles the lead away from him, but we get a caution. That same lap. The 17 gets spun by the 26 of Dean Thompson. So we get back going at lap 35, and in turn 1 we have a 19 car pileup. The 41 car clips the inside wall, taking Anthony Alfredo with him straight into the wall. It is a horrific accident. Luckily all the drivers are fine. We get a long red flag so they can move the wall back and make the repairs they need. Involved in this accident, we have the 00 of Creed, the 0 of LeBay, the 2 of Love, the 7 of Allgaier, the 8 of Sammy Smith, the 18 of William Sawallich, the 19 of of Brent Cruz, the 20 of Brandon Jones, the 21 of Austin Hill gets some damage, the 24 of Harrison Burton, the 26 of Dean Thompson, the 27 of Jeb Burton, the 31 of Lane Perkins, the 32 of Patterson, the 44 of Brennan Poole, the 50 of Partis, the 51 of Jeremy Clements, the 55 of Perez, the 87 of Austin Green, and the 92 of Leland Honeyman. Long red flag, we do get some interviews. Mayer, and I quote, said leaving the care center, "I gotta be better in the future." He took a lot of fault for this. You could tell he felt very bad in his interview, and then he had to go around at the garage and apologize what he said. It's very unfortunate. The kid made a mistake. Great drivers made a mistake this weekend. He shouldn't be so hard on himself. It did cause a major accident, but when you wreck from third, there's going to be a lot of cars behind you on such a narrow course getting involved. It happens. Quote Anthony Alfredo, "By far the biggest hit I've had in my entire life." During this red flag, we get a boneheaded fan that decides to jump 2 fences to get inside and talk to Sheldon Creed in 00, gives him a fist bump, jumps back over, and ultimately gets arrested. Don't do this, it's super dumb. Quit making an ass out of yourself. That was a boneheaded move by this fan. Please don't do this. It will get you arrested. At all things, a naval base, I wouldn't try this. Please make better decisions, everyone. We get the green going. 54 leads, but he loses it to the 99 of Parker Retzlaff. And then he loses another spot to the 1 of Carson Kvapil. Carson Kvapil does eventually get up there to lead, taking it away from Parker Retzlaff. We have a caution 4 laps into this run for Leland Honeyman hitting a tire pack into the track. Under this caution, the 99 of Parker Retzlaff runs out of gas while on the track pacing the field. He has to get pushed back to pit road. We see the 19 of Cruz pull into the garage with more damage. Sorry for his day. But then with just 10 to go, the 91 of Jesse Awuzie spins out of nowhere. No idea what caused it, but he hits the wall, puts down some debris, and we have a caution. Carson Kvapil takes the lead on the restart, coming to the end of the race. We have the 20 of Jones spin. We keep going. Alex LeBay in the 0 pulls off the track. We keep going. The 44 car of Brennan Poole spins. We keep going. The 27 car of Jeb Burton hits the wall. We keep going. No debris. The 88 car of Raja Caruth spins. We continue under green. All meanwhile, the 54 is reeled in the 1 and is underneath him. The 54 in gray gets position on the inside of Carson Kvapil and unfortunately wheel hops and takes him out of the race, bumps him into the turn. He backs into the tire barriers. He gets off going 4th. And on the last lap, Austin Hill snuggers this one away from the 54 of Taylor Gray. It's what a win for RCR. He burns down the tires, does a great burnout around the Big 8 logo they have in remembrance of Kyle Busch. So good for them. Austin Hill talks about everybody great in the shop. When they give owner Richard Childress an interview, he says, "We all have Kyle in our hearts." Big win for Austin Hill in the 21, the first road course win he gets in his career. With Austin Hill your winner, that means the 54 finished 2nd for Taylor Gray. Sheldon Creed gets a 3rd place finish in the 00. Carson Kvapil comes home 4th. Sucks to spin on the last lap, but he almost had this one. He took it on the chin very well. Sammy Smith, after all those early spins, gets a 5th place finish for JRM. Jesse Love brings it home 6th. Parker Retzlaff with a great points day comes home 7th. Austin Green, making select starts in that 87, comes home 8th. The 24 of Harrison Burton makes a respectable finish in the 9th position. And Corey Day, after all his strives, makes a top 10 finish. What a race weekend. What a race. Glad we got all of it in. No weather involved. If you like the content, like and subscribe. I've been Jake the Great. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.